John Beverly, the Candyman, the businessman with a conscience, on LICMC.net radio every Saturday at 3 p.m.
Hello, everyone. This is John Beverly, the businessman with a conscience, here at the Alkemalon Village, where each one reach one, each one teach one brick, one building, one block at a time. And as we often say, people don't care how much you know until they know how much you care. And we show that we care by the things that we do. And today I would just like to talk a little bit about the importance of family and most important in memories of my cousin Tony Rogers Jr., the Rogers family. We want to be praying for them and letting them know that we care about their loss and we are concerned and that we are family. And as I often say everywhere that I go, we practice family. We practice loving on one another, husband, wives, children, sisters, and brothers. And we went to a homegoing in Texas. We left I think on Tuesday or Wednesday, and we got back last night, which was Friday night. And it was a sad occasion, but also a happy occasion because we got a chance to spend some time with our family there in Fort Worth, Texas. My cousin Sandra and the children's, their family, their children's and their grandchildren's. And we were just blessed to be able to be there to support them in their time of sorrow and let them know how much we cared about what they was going through and that we are family and we are together and that we are only just a phone call away. And reminiscing and being with the family, it just did my heart so good, so much good just to be there. My brother Ben and his wife Jackie, my wife Diane, my sister Monique, and my sister Pat. We went there to offer our support and just to show the concern and interest that we had in the family and just that we wanted to be there with them and to express our love because, like I say, people don't care how much you know. You could be the smartest person in the world, but if you don't care about what's going on or what they're going through, it really don't make a whole lot of difference. So we traveled and we went from here to Florida so that they would know that we cared about them, that we wanted to be supportive to them. Because my daddy would always say, when you tell people I love you and different ones, you should show some sign, sometime. Everybody, I love you, I love you, I love you. I care, I'm concerned. But if you don't never act like you care, if you don't ever act like you're concerned, if you don't ever act like you love me, how am I supposed to know? Talk is cheap, work is expensive, and you have to work on something. I often tell people when they talk about they're trying to, no matter what you're trying to do in life, and no matter what your dream may be, remember, it's your dream and it's something that you have to work on. So just like working on your dream, working on family, working on expression, working on love, we have to show some sign. We don't have to talk about it. We have to be about it. We have to love on one another. And it, like I say, my cousin Sandra, her son, not her son, I mean her sister, and her son was there from Detroit, and they was expressing. They could have made a phone call, could have sent a card, could have sent some flowers, and say we with you, we're praying for you. But I know it did her heart all the good and made her heart glad for them to come all the way from Detroit to come there to show the love that they was not only talking about it, but they was being about it. Her sister was there, like I say, she helped in the kitchen, she served. We all did what we had to do. I even, and I thank God, and I just want the family to know that I really appreciate you giving me an opportunity to express my love towards the family, to express the love that I had and shared with my cousin Tony Jr. when we was coming up, because we was like what they call thick and thin. We practice and talk and teach. Where Tony Senior and his mother Alberta Rogers, uh, Tony's mother and father, they practiced that same love that my parents practiced. They taught that same love that my family taught. So it wasn't hard for us to be able to go down there because we practiced and we pretty much did the same thing. We played together. We went to school together. We all got together in one room. My grandmother in Rolling Fork, Mississippi, had I think it was a two-bedroom home, and we would go there. And our family was the largest family at that time. I think my mother had about 6 or 7 children. So when we all got there, between the two bedrooms, the living room, and the kitchen, and those floors, we all had somewhere to lay our head. Some of us slept in the bed, some of us slept on pallets in the bedroom, some slept on pallets in the living room, and believe it or not, we even slept on pallets in the kitchen. But we was one big, happy, loving, caring family. We wasn't falling out with each other. We just loved on one another, and got up the next morning and washed our face and hands and stuff, and had breakfast and what have you, and just continued to love and do what we had to do with one another. And I told the story while I was there. Everybody seemed to kick out of it. that my cousin and I, as we was coming up, that I loved him so much, and he was telling me about how proud he was of me. But little that he knew at the time, I just wanted to be just like him because he was my big cousin. I think we was about 2 years apart, and I loved him so much, and he was just so cool to me. And he had a pair. I think I told the story maybe once before that he had a pair of pants, shorts that I got a nickname. They started calling me Britches because of him, because he had a pair of shorts that he wore out, and I took them out the garbage can and started wearing them. I had to take the belt loop, the hoops in the belt, and put them together and tie it so they could fit me, and they was hanging off of me and everything, and people was laughing at me, but I didn't care because that was my cousin pants that I had on. So, and I was just, I couldn't be like him, but I was trying to do, that was my way of interpreting him. I was able to wear shorts, and I was just happy, because that was my cousin. But later on in life, he shared some things with me that I really didn't know. And well, I knew that he loved his family, but he really loved on his family, his wife and his children. And he would often talk about them. And every time he come to Detroit from Texas, he made it his business to stop and see me. And I really appreciated that. And he began to share some things when he would come, how much he appreciated me and how he looked it up to me. And that really blowed my mind because I never thought once or twice or even thought about it, period, that he kind of looked up to me because I was always looking up to him. But he said he had been watching me and observing the way I carried myself and the things that I was doing. Well, to God be the glory because I was watching him. And I'm saying all of this to say that we have to be careful what we do and how we do things and how we treat people. And I tell the little story, and I did a souvenir book, This Little Light of Mine, I'm going to let it shine. And by letting it shine is telling that story. And I did two souvenir books. And the very first one I did was my story is from which I came. And those are the things that trials and tribulations and the stuff that we go through in life. But the most important part about that is from which I came. Where did you come from? to get to where you are. And we are still, because yesterday is gone and tomorrow haven't got here yet. So we live one day at a time. And we should practice those days that we live one day at a time, that we live it to the best of our ability and we do all that we can to try to not only, if you don't say anything, people should be able to look at you and see the way you talk or the way you move or the way you carry yourself. That is something about you. If it's no more than a pleasant smile, helps to tell the story that everything's okay. I'm content where I am. I'm okay in your presence, and you are okay in my presence. Just let your action speak for you. People always saying, I do this, I do that, I can do this, I will do that. But it's not what you say, it's always what you do. Like I keep telling you about my father. He told my mother he loved her, but he also showed her that he loved her. So we can tell each other, boyfriend, girlfriends, husband and wives, mothers and daughters, fathers and sons, parents, grandparents. We could tell the story, but let your life speak for you. Let your light shine. Show them. Like I say, talk is cheap, but work is expensive. So we just keep working on building relationships, building a closeness with each other. While we was there, even there, we went to a restaurant. I think of it, the Waffle House, and the young lady that waited on us, and she was so nice to us and kind and served us. She just gave us some great service, and we let them know that we really appreciated them. And you don't have to know everything that we did, but we blessed them. Not only her, we blessed our waitress as well as a few others. We let our light shine, and not that we did it to be seen, but we was just sharing love. Because, like I say, everywhere you go, somebody's watching you. And before we left, the most important thing that we did, I believe that my brother, the pastor Ben, asked them, do you mind if I pray for you? And they didn't mind. So they allowed us to pray for them. And then when we left, we went on about our business. But I'm just saying, you have to care enough about people to do something. You see the need, as I often say, we meet the need. They say, you see something, do something. You see something, say something. Once before, I told somebody that you never know who you're entertaining. Even those waitresses, everybody is somebody. And I told the young lady, I looked at her in her face and I said, you never know who you're entertaining. Today we might be entertaining an angel, or an angel might be entertaining you. So hopefully I said something to encourage you. To Roger's family, our utmost respect, and we love you so much. Just keep believing and knowing that we are only a phone call away, and we are family. Remember what I always say, people don't care how much you know until they know how much you care. And we show it by the things that we do. Not what we say, but what we do. Thank you, and have a great day.
Beverly, the Candyman, the businessman with a conscience. John Beverly, the Candyman, the businessman with a conscience, on LICMC.net radio every Saturday at 3 p.m.